Cadmus war machines were sent to capture Eva 9 and the others as they escaped in the air, but unbeknownst to them, the machine could fly as it chased them in the air. The pilot tried evading the machines by swiveling into a herd of floating whales. Using this technique, the pilot was able to evade the war machine, but one of the whales smashed his aircraft, and they were about to crash. The pilot and Eva 9 worked together as they tried cushioning their fall, and they crash-landed. The pilot was distressed because it was going to take forever to repair the aircraft, so Eva 9 spots a tree and suggested they make a run to the tree and use it for cover. Eva 8 didn't really like the idea and preferred they just wait at the aircraft, but as they spotted one of the war machines heading towards them, they began to make their move. They were able to hide and watch as the machine approached their aircraft, and on noticing that no one was there, it left the scene. They finally got to the moving tree and used it for cover as they moved along with it, but suddenly the tree stopped moving. Trying to figure out what was wrong, Eva 9 tried to speak with it using telekinesis when she got ambushed by an alien. Eva 8 tried defending her, but more aliens appeared, and they were outnumbered. The aliens believed humans destroy everything and are not to be trusted, but Eva 9 knew Budu Abido and told him of how she met his nephew in Lakis, so because their nephew trusted her, they decided to trust her. She informed them that Rovi was hurt and they needed to get to Fauna, so they showed her the way through the black winds and also warned her to stay away from the bones because of a creature called the Dosu lurking in there. With this information, they began traveling through the winds and heard the sound of the creature as they hoped not to cross paths with it. Still moving, the sisters got separated from the rest of the others, so Eva 9 spoke with Otto and Haley the pilot, guided them with a light to where they were. Unbeknownst to them, they took cover at a large pile of bones the aliens warned them about, and on spotting the Dosu, they began running and took cover at one of the caves. Eva 9 believed Rovi doesn't have enough time and they needed to get to Fauna quickly, but Eva 8 stopped and wouldn't let her move as she didn't want her sis getting eaten by such a monster. Eva 9 finally agreed to stay in the cave for the night, and as a fire was lit, Eva 8 told her the story of how they all got out of the sanctuary for the first time, how she lost half of her family in the first week, and how they all got separated except for her and Freya, who stuck together, but when they got to the wasteland, Freya got ambushed by the Dosu and was eaten. The story was over as Rovi stated that he would no longer like to be a burden to them, implying that he should be left there to die while the rest escape, but Eva 9 wasn't ready to give up on him. At midnight, Eva 9 woke up but couldn't find Rovi. Getting out of the cave, she spotted Rovi heading to where the Dosu is and tried stopping him from sacrificing himself. Seeing his mind was made up, Eva 9 spoke to the Dosu using telekinesis and tried to reason with it. The Dosu showed her the eggs, implying that she was only protecting her children, but while Eva guard was down, the beast tried striking her from behind, but luckily Eva 8 arrived on time and slashed off its stingers. The Dosu attacks as Eva 8 locates its soft spot and pierces it, killing the monster in the process. Eva 8 informed her sis that the creature was only luring her to feed her to her young, stating that not every creature can be reasoned with. At dawn, they continued on their way, and after walking for a while, they spotted green lands as Eva informed Rovi that they were in Fauna. On getting to the gates of Fauna, Azura spotted them and realized that the rumors of humans being back are true. She refused to let them in because according to rumors, humans are deceptive. Eva 9 tried explaining to her that they needed to get in to acquire medicine for her friend, Rovinda, who is also a Caerulean like them. But they refused because they saw Rovi as a deserter. They all camped on the outskirts of the village as Eva 9 was distressed and asked Rovi what he needed. Rovi says he needs cassava, a medicine, and while Eva 9 decides to convince Azura again, Eva 8 stops her, stating they were going to find a way around it. Eva 8 and Haley decide to go fetch some firewood, and Eva 9, on realizing Rovi doesn't have enough time, hatch a plan to get him into the village. They disguise themselves as Caerulean and were able to enter the village. There, Eva sneaks into the building, and while searching for cassava, she spotted a child who pointed to what she was looking for. She ran to Rovi to give the medicine to him, but unbeknownst to her, the child had alerted Azura, who blew a horn as the villagers gathered around her. The Caerulean leader arrived at the scene as Eva 9 tried convincing him that Rovinda needed the medicine, but the leader objected, stating that Rovinda is a traitor and will be exiled alongside his captured friends. Eva 9 challenged the leader, saying what he claims about Rovi is not true. The Caerulean leader then ordered a Kawona trial on her, saying she should find the Kawona, which will reveal the truth. Rovi pointed to the clouds, and Eva was on her way. On the way, she spotted Azura, who decides to help her. Azura informed her that the Kawona was a bird, an ancient and wise bird which will reveal truth where doubt lingers. After walking for a while, they got on a floating whale and were on their way. They weren't heading to any exact location as Azura informed Eva that they can't get to the Kawona. The Kawona can only come to them. With this, they began meditating, but Eva got fed up knowing that Rovi doesn't have enough time and needs his medicine. They both began talking about the good things they experienced with Rovi, and just at that moment, the Kawona appeared to them and they began heading back. Upon arriving at Fauna, the trial began as the Kawona was presented to the Caerulean leader, Rovinda's father, and he spoke the truth of how everyone lost their kin due to the storm in one of their migrations. Rovinda was their only pathfinder and they all needed him, but he abandoned them. Therefore, he is no longer one of them. The Kawona was presented to Rovinda, who spoke the truth of how he lost his wife and children in that storm, but because he couldn't bear such unbearable pain, he had to leave. The leader felt everyone lost someone that day, so his truth changes nothing, but Eva came to his defense stating Rovinda was a father to her, and the Kawona was presented to her, so she spoke the truth about her dialogue with Rovi, who told her that he would have done everything to save his daughter the day she died, because a father's love is unconditional. On hearing this, the Caerulean leader decides to have compassion and orders that his son should be saved, and everyone rejoiced, but Eva 8 seemed to be distressed about something as this episode ended. Stay tuned for more episodes of One La, Season 2 on its mythical, and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more mind-blowing recaps like this. Thanks for watching.